successful.
First time as head coach of the U18s, was here last year as assistant coach, but now Canada getting set for the opening face-off. Sarah Manis will take this one. She's 70% when it comes to these wins, and she gets it for the Canadians to start this quarterfinal.
And that's exactly what the Canadians want. They want to win the draw. They want to get that puck in deep.
Game officially becoming the defender with the most points in this tournament with 19. She has 10 goals, 9 assists total. And Primerano comes on, scores! Chloe Primerano!
Of the ice, and once she does, she dishes to Cimarroni, and you can see she continues to drive through the middle of the ice, but it's the angle that Primerano takes. You see she receives on the backhand and goes far side on Kuramaru.
Back at it. We expected heavy possession year for the Canadians. Now striker Zablocki coming in, puts it on the pad, and Tiller scores.
Very, very big, and just a real nice play by Zablocki to come to the net. You can see net front here, that short side shot, and Tiller's net front right there. And we talked about that in the opening, how important it was going to be for the Japanese to try to box out, because it would be the second shot opportunities where the leverage of their sticks.
McDonald from the far side. Primerano shoots just wide. Sarah Manis was down low. Now Maynard. Manis gets it back. Sarah Manis comes in, scores! Canada!
Advantage of the ice off the wall. You see the shield there with that left foot to be able to take the space, and then that wide stance coming back through the middle so that she can get it to her forehand. And she's going to switch angles there. She's got the wide stance now, and she's able to go high blocker. It actually goes off the post and in.
Back out. Another chance here. 12 seconds remaining. 5-on-4. Ishmael to Sawyer. Sawyer shoots. And Copetti, they score!
The relentlessness in and around the net. And you can see Sydney Sawyer is going to take that original shot. You can see Copetti net front as well. And you see she's taking away the eyes of Kuramaru, and Sammy Joe Small talked about that. And that rebound comes because of Copetti's positioning, and Tiller's able to...
Earlier, Yumika Odera did have the puck on her stick, and she's their points leader. And now Canada once more. Striker Zablocki shoots and scores.
An odd player rush. Again, along the boards getting sealed and then beaten to the puck. You see sweeping in is Tiller, and she just looks off Kuramaru to be able to dish that on that 2-on-1, and another short side shot that goes in. Striker Zablocki, she's been striking.
Akimoto getting in there with the pressure, coming to help Odera. And now Japan on the breakaway comes in. And just
again, that comes off of, listen, let's just get it out. We've been under siege, and the presence of mind to keep going. Backhand to forehand. Little tried to make a pause and get Wilkinson to bite, but Wilkinson watching it, dialed in, tracks it, and makes the save.
A 5-0 shutout actually over Czechia on Tuesday. And the most they've scored in a single game this tournament is 6, and that's what they're looking for right now. Coming in, Chloe Primerano scores! And she does it, added to the tally.
And you can see nice little feed here to Primerano, and we've seen this often, the pull in, her eyes are up, she just takes a little peek down at the puck, and she loads and she explodes. And again, Wood net front. And after the distribution of the puck to Primerano, the presence of mind to go. Oh, nice job there by Odera, who was player of the game versus Finland, to get that shot on net.
Now Sophia Ishmael feeds it up, Ava Wood there. And they score! Sophia Ishmael on the wraparound.
But see Ishmael, she's got her head up as a right-handed shot. She's looking to Ava Wood to the backhand. And once it's missed, she's able to recover that puck, and she knows the Kuramaru is on that left.
Goal number 7 for Canada in the first frame. Back out. They'll take their space and time. Ishmael down from the goal line, and Canada scores.
To put it in the net, you can see Ishmael just working that puck down low, and Tiller's going to throw that puck cross crease, and it's going to be Sawyer that finishes it off. And again, Suzuki, who's now in net, can't go post to post.
Assist Sarah Manis, drops it back. Cimarroni holds on. Cimarroni comes in. Feeds it across, and they score. Canada.
Cimarroni, so it's going to go flank to flank, if you will, but on the backhand, and Cimarroni, with her forehand on the middle of the ice, likely could have taken that shot, but recognized that Suzuki is square to her, so decides to move that puck very unselfishly across.
In the offensive zone for Japan.
Some nice pressure by Akamoto, who is the player of the game for Sweden.
Tarian with the feed to Ishmael. Ishmael gets it out, and they score.
Drop, if you will, and it's going to come from the back end, and see Tarian lugging that puck up ice, and she's going to take it outside of the dot. Once you take it outside of the dot, you're drawing the coverage to you, which opens up those lanes, as mentioned, a little bit of a cross in tight. Get the pin.
Canada flips it in. That one kicked aside.
And the tough part is once you pinned a player.
Oh, and they score once more.
Well, and that's what's happened here, right? Once not look for a pin in the defensive end because it's such a big zone and it's so wide outside the dot. You get caught chasing, you open up play like that when you do get caught along the boards. It's really tough for that high forward to drop in time.
Saved back out, and Japan, Ito tries to rim it around and sets up Cimarroni. She scores.
Women's hockey and the strength, the loading of one leg. It's nice vision here by Manis. Look at that sauce. That is skill. I would have rifled that right into the back of the Japanese player.
Competitors at these tournaments, very respectful, very eager to learn and get better. And Canada scores.
Well, you talked about it, you know, respectful 18-year-old. You see that pocket right through the middle of the ice, and that seam that Cimarroni creates. So she comes through to start, and then she continues on to the net.
Canada in control, trying to play it through the neutral zone now. They come away with it. Drawing in close, kicked out, and return. Canada strikes again.
Contributing on the score sheet. I know as a defender, sometimes it's really difficult when you're playing in these types of games. I know I did, just, you know, you're on the back the whole time, but you can see that initial shot goes on the net, and it's going to be McCullough who gets that original shot, and then
AA commits on the Canadian side as they put one on Suzuki once more. Kate Veal with the shot, and they score.
Oh, I thought that puck. And in there, we knew that this was a dynamic player and who has unbelievable speed. So if you watch her over the course of the tournament, particularly in the semifinals, she just can move left to right so well. She's got acceleration. Keep your eye on her because she's going to find her way in the senior national team mix. In that semifinal, she knows what the stat feels like as well, and she doesn't want that feeling again. So
yeah, the 5 returners all sharing what that meant to them. They come in. Cimarroni amongst the returners scores once more for Canada.
Power, and when you have that, whew, you can be dominant. And Manis being the creator on this play, just the pullback. Again, just you've seen those two play. Now they play head to head in the U22 Elite League, and so only 4-11, which will get another crack at this as well.
Morano now, 20 seconds remaining on Canada's power play. It's batted in, and it's a good goal.
Yeah, that's not going to be a high stick. Batted out of the Paul native at 16 years of age. You see Primorano taking the initial shot off the glove of Suzuki, and McDonald just says, "I'm going to bat that one down." You see that all the time, and the skill work that these athletes do. Often you'll go to the rink and
were undefeated through Division 1A last year, and just goes to show, right, that the 2 tiers, Japan was so dominant that with most of these players on the ice as 2 seconds remain.
Well, and it's important to remember too, Daniela, that as much as it's a step up to the top division, it's a step down below. So there's no middle ground, right?